Well, we're back right here in the studio. If you're just tuning in, you're watching KTV2 and a very special episode of Hella Kuwait, where we're taking a look at the National Assembly elections. They started the process at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. this morning, and we have about another hour and a half till the closing of the polling stations right here in the state of Kuwait. We have with us right now our first guest by a phone call. We have with us Dr. Tarek El-Sheikh, and Dr. Tarek is a representative of the United Nations Secretary General and resident coordinator to the state of Kuwait. Good evening, Dr. Tarek.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me to this episode.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, and Your Excellency, from your perspective, how would you describe the elections taking place today, Dr. Tarek?
I would like to congratulate Kuwait and Kuwaiti citizens and the government of Kuwait and the leadership for the high show to this important elections. I think it is a serious and transitional period for Kuwait with a new leadership, new aspiration of the people for a change, a new way of looking at the future, with the world has been all aligned together to fight COVID-19. I think this is really an important transition for a new Kuwait that is all aligned together to work for the prosperity and aspirations of the citizens of Kuwait, leadership and government.
Your Excellency, how does this parliament elections reflect democracy in Kuwait, please?
It's very important that we in the United Nations, we look very highly to the democratic process of Kuwait. It is not of these days, it has been for a long time a democracy that has been respected by the leadership, appreciated and challenged and protected. And also the people has been really working towards protecting this democracy by following the constitution and the constitution spirit of Kuwait. So we really see that this is part of a model that Kuwait is presenting to the world of how they work together for a clear and clean and straightforward election.
Dr. Tarek, we have about an hour and a half till the polling stations close, and then they'll be counting all the votes. So how can the newly elected parliament, in your opinion, participate in the role Kuwait will be playing in achieving the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, please?
This is a very important question, actually. And we in the United Nations, and not only us, but also the international community and Kuwaiti citizens as well, are looking so highly to and looking with all aspiration and wish that this parliament will take Kuwait into a different dimension. We'll be working toward the aspiration of Kuwaitis for a sustainable future that is full of jobs and available for Kuwaitis, by working more with the government or the new government that will come after this election, hand in hand, to ensure that all these legislation that is needed for Kuwaitis to take their country forward, looking at a sustainable future in jobs, in terms of addressing climate change issues, in terms of finding more ways of diversified economy, looking at the future aspiration of the new Kuwait Vision 2035, of the leadership of Kuwait, of a Kuwait that is knowledge, having knowledge economy as in the forefront, and also a smart Kuwait by 2035. All this aspiration, the Kuwaitis are ready, the people are ready, the citizens and those who are resident in Kuwait are ready to work together with the parliament for their aspiration of Kuwait. Kuwait has been positioning itself very strongly with an able leadership and an able government to put Kuwait in international position that is a respected humanitarian leader, a respected intervener in conflict resolutions, and to work together. The parliament needs to put the people together with the government, looking at a clear process of fighting corruption, addressing human trafficking, and also working towards the rights of the people and the residents in Kuwait. I think this parliament will be a different one. because the Kuwaiti aspirations, as we see it and as we heard it from the people, is looking for a change, looking for those who are going to help Kuwait to move forward, help Kuwait to take the leadership in development that it should be. I think Kuwait is full of potential. The Kuwaitis are full of potential, and I believe there has been a number of candidates for that will fit with the aspiration of the people, the leadership, and the government of Kuwait. What is very important also is that, and we appreciate the number of new Kuwaiti women who have actually run for the election. We aspire and think for a more diversified parliament. I think that this parliament will bring more women in it. The people will bring more of the colors that is fitting and coloring Kuwait. That is Kuwait with its special fabric. We will see a parliament that really represents the whole of Kuwait, the freedom of Kuwait, the aspiration of Kuwait.
Very well said, Dr. Tarek, and we appreciate your time with us this evening right here on Hala Kuwait. And any last words for the audience watching this evening?
What I would like to say is that change comes from the people, and it is with the hand of the people. We appreciate their role. We appreciate their democracy. We are there to help, to support whenever is needed from us, and we look forward for a result of the election that will put Kuwait into the position and the right position that it wishes, respecting human rights, humanity, and a global position that fits really Kuwait's aspiration and its role.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much, Dr. Tarek El-Sheikh, representative of the United Nations, Secretary General and Resident Coordinator to the State of Kuwait. We thank you very much for your valuable time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me to give a statement here.
It was a pleasure.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you on with us. Right now, we're going to take a short break and be back. Stay tuned.
The State of Kuwait's 2020 parliamentary elections